Adventure, intrigue, mystery, romance, starring Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall. Together in the sultry setting of tropical Havana and the mysterious islands of the Caribbean. Bold Venture. Once again, the magic names of Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall bring you Bold Venture and a tale of mystery and intrigue.
Sailor, let go of the wheel for a minute.
Why?
So you can pinch me.
What else could a girl ask for? Happy, Slate?
When I die, this is the way I want to live.
Yeah. The two of us on your boat, sailing the Caribbean Sea. Southern wind kissing your cheek. Me pinching you.
Who's talking about that?
There's something else to talk about?
Yeah, fish.
Okay, what'll we discuss? Guppies or flounders?
Look at him, sailor. Did you ever in your life see a beauty like that? That marlin, what a beauty. What a fight he gave me. Must weigh 300 pounds.
300 pounds? How come I can lift him? And with one hand?
What do I know about the talents of weightlifters? I tell you, that marlin... Hey.
See what happens when you talk like that? Even boat motors can't take it. They start to die.
I don't understand it. She's been running like a dream. Here, grab the wheel, sailor. I'll take a look.
What's wrong, Slade?
Sounds like dirt in the fuel line. Choke it, sailor. Give it a choke.
Think you can nurse it along till we get back to Havana?
No, I'll have to clean it out.
Maybe we can get some help.
Sure, we just dip a chubby little hand into the sea and bring up a mermaid mechanic.
We could do that. Or we could hail that ketch drifting off our port bow in the cove there.
What?
I can make a name. Golden Swan. What do you say, Slade? Shall I hail her?
In between chokes, sailor. Who knows? She might lay an egg with a clean fuel line in it.
Ahoy! Golden Swan, ahoy! Ahoy! You try, Slate. My siren call isn't doing anything to them.
Roll up the cuffs on your jeans. Show an ankle. That'll get them.
Golden Swan, ahoy! It didn't work, Slade, and I rolled up both cuffs.
Here, watch me. Ahoy! Golden Swan, ahoy! Hey, that's funny. No one on deck, not a sign of movement.
After you roll down your pants leg, what do?
We board her. They don't treat me like that.
Hold my hand, Slate. I've never walked through a ghost ship before.
Eerie, isn't it?
The other hand. This one's got a stalk of celery stuffed with Roquefort I swiped off the captain's table.
Catch riding off an uncharted key without a soul aboard. Who's going to miss a stalk of celery?
The way that table was set, like a banquet. Hors d'oeuvres, chicken under glass. Who walks away from things like that?
Not you, baby. Enjoy your chicken sandwich?
Yummy.
I don't understand it. Not even a dead man aboard.
He's complaining.
Come on, sailor. There's something about a deserted ship that brings out the lonely in me.
Maybe we could tow her back. Finders keepers, you know.
No, I don't want her. She's too rich for my blood. Come on.
My boy.
Cut it out, will you?
Oh, now, Johnny, boy. Lad, don't take it to heart.
Try it, Captain. Pick yourself a palm tree, lean against it, and enjoy the night. Just leave me alone.
You don't like me. Captain Carey isn't good enough for you. He talks too loud. His hands aren't soft and pink like yours, eh? Now, let me tell you, Johnny, lad.
Yeah, all right. Forget it.
Forget it, Johnny says to me. No, I can't do that. No, boy. Something like you and me he's got. It's something Captain Carey's been looking for. A long time looking for.
Look, Captain, maybe there's another way.
Yes, indeed, there is. But I have to tell you, John boy, I'm not happy with you.
Hey, by this time now, your wife is supposed to be dead. You promised, lad. Hey, what's your wife doing now, Johnny?
In her hotel room, I guess, sleeping. Margaret likes to sleep.
Margaret Norman, a sleeper. In a fancy hotel room on silken sheets, I'd say. Why didn't your wife show up today? Why didn't you bring her to the Golden Swan?
I told you she was tired. She didn't want to look at it.
Didn't want to look at it, the lad says to me. So we had to hide the boat till another time. Kill her another time at another place.
Now, look, Captain,
and
please.
the thing I don't like, those people who boarded my ship.
But they looked, they went away.
Aye, they looked and they went away. Then other boats came and tried to find the Golden Swan. And lucky we are to have found this cove to hide her. Calm water, she'll just drift there. And lucky we are.
Yeah, we're lucky fellas.
Yes, indeed we are. To have such confidence, you and me, each in the other. Yeah, we're fortunate. Now, the final item, lad. Here.
What do I want with a gun?
Why, lad, but for a thing. Kill your wife with it.
You're crazy.
Be I now? Go on, take it. Hey, take it home with you, John.
You're going to sit here and wait?
Oh, lad, you're such a child. Listen, John, 2 people came to my boat today in a power cruiser. Its name I saw was Bold Venture through my glasses. And I must seek them out. Tell them how lucky they are still alive. Tell them it might not be so the next time.
Come on, sailor. We're not making a dent in the brain of the inspector of police.
Oh, don't grow impatient, senor. My brain is your brain. Make dents to your heart's content.
Your brain is his brain, huh, policeman? That explains why Slate's been suspicious of me ever since we came off that catch. He can't believe that all I swiped was a chicken sandwich.
Yeah, that's why.
You have brought to me perhaps a slice of this chicken? What was it? White meat or dark meat?
Eat your heart out, kid. It was with pickle relish.
It is not that I have a tooth for chicken, senor. It is only that this would be a slice of evidence that you indeed saw a ghost ship. The Golden Swan, you called her?
Because it was the name painted on her transom in big gold letters. What would you have called her?
And you did not tow this ghostly ghost ship in?
We told you why. Our fuel line was fouled up.
In the approximate hour that you have been here, you two, I've had my harbor police combing the waters.
You're going to say all they came up with was sea dandruff.
I would if I could have thought of it. I was going to say my harbor police found no trace of a catch, the Golden Swan.
Maybe she drifted out to sea. She was there, LaSalle. We walked her deck, spied into her cabin.
I think you do not need police, senorita. I think you need a psychiatrist. Let me recommend mine. Here, his card.
He's good, huh?
For people who see ghost ships, he's how you say, a dilly? Si, a dilly. Amuse yourselves, amigos. And please, stay away from me. I've got enough crazy already. Go away.
How much longer are we going to have to wait?
How do I know?
Just seems to me that the registry office ought to have a better system. What do they do? File data about ghost ships on ectoplasm?
What are you so impatient about? Here comes Senor Mercado now.
My apologies, Senor Shannon. Senorita Duval. I have kept you waiting too long.
What'd you find out about the Golden Swan?
The Golden Swan, owned and capitan by one Capitan Carey. And, senor, I whisper this in your ear of this Capitan Carey. Bad. Nothing but bad. Suspicion there has been of him.
Like what?
2 ships of the Capitan blew up in port. One in Macau, another in Montevideo. Insurance was collected. However, the 2 words have been whispered.
What 2 words?
Skull and doggery.
That goes without saying. Now about the Golden Swan.
Of this I know nothing. It has not been reported in these waters. That is all I can tell you.
That's enough. Come on, sailor. Sailor, how come a ship we saw and the cops didn't see and is never reported and...
Which way to the registry, mate?
Oh, in there.
Hey, don't I know you?
Yeah, what makes you think you do?
Sure I know you, lad. A shipmate once on the Golden Swan.
Oh, the Golden Swan, huh? When were we shipmates?
Oh, that old death ship, the Golden Swan. Oh, you see her again, mate. Keep away from her. Take it from an old shipmate.
You trying to tell me something, old shipmate of mine?
I said it.
Now look, Buster.
My boy. Remember the old days? Old me, handy with the shiv, the knife and the ribs? Sure you remember. So remember about the Swan. Keep away from her. Goodbye, my boy.
It's been a happy day, hasn't it, Slate?
Yeah, it makes me tingle when an old salt points a shiv at me.
All he did was carve his initials in your pea jacket.
Yeah, but on the lapel.
Let's leave it like that, huh, Slate? Like two ordinary people living a humdrum existence.
How come we see things no one else does, Sailor? How can complete strangers stick knives into us?
We're talented. I'll get it.
I'll get it. Grab your darning needle. Start being humdrum. Shannon's place. Slate Shannon speaking.
Mercado speaking. I know something, senor.
Goody. Been a nice chat. Goodbye.
I know that only this minute my mouth is talking to a lady. A lady of fragrance who wished to buy the catch Golden Swan. She wanted to know if the title was clear.
What lady? Where?
The Senora Margaret Norman at the Palace Hotel. Her perfume was...
Put up your thimble, sailor. We're calling on a lady of fragrance.
I'm telling you, mister, you can't go in there. That's Mrs. Norman's suite, and she...
Yeah, I know. She left orders not to be disturbed.
So make a snappy right turn, walk down the hall, turn right, turn left, and then you go through the door to the... Did you say something, miss?
No. It was the man on this $5 bill talking. Have you ever noticed what a real old chatterbox he is?
Well, what do you know? Mrs. Norman left the door unlocked. Thanks a lot, chums.
Mrs. Norman? Mrs. Norman? Try the bedroom, sailor.
All right. Mrs. Norman, I'm sorry to wake you up like this, but... Slate, come here, quick.
What's the matter?
Look at her. She's been shot.
The one person who could have given us an answer, sailor. Something tells me that's why it happened to her. That's why she's dead.
Our stars, Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall, and the second act of our story.
A ketch there was that sailed the seas, lately drifted around the Caribbees, seen by Miss Sailor and Slate Shannon, then in a twinkle boat seen by no one. Then come a lady to registry, who owned Golden Swan, so asked she. Then she returned to her bed, perhaps she is tired. Come person with gun, lady expired.
Por favor, Senor Slate. I have come to ask questions, not to hear music.
King Moses answered all your questions, Inspector LaSalle.
Rhymed him, too.
Thank you, Miss Sailor. However, in the case of a lady who has been murdered, it is not always easy.
I think you did very well.
My father before me, Senor LaSalle Sr., who was also of the police, took me upon his knees and told me that on certain days, the career of the police is sometimes for the birds.
I can make up a song about a bird, Senor LaSalle. I will give it to you.
No, por favor, no.
Have you figured out a motive for this killing, LaSalle?
Si. The person who killed Senora Norman was a thief. The Senor Norman revealed that jewelry of great value is unaccounted for. therefore missing.
So there's a Senor Norman. What about him?
If you are being evil, Shannon, to think that he killed his wife, the answer is impossible.
Her husband doesn't have a trigger finger?
2 of them. However, he is accounted for at the time of the murder. Too far away from the scene of the crime. Discussing business with a Senor Capitan Carey. We checked with this Capitan Carey.
Captain Carey. Now, that's a name that brings back a memory.
Just for the record, LaSalle, what does this Carey look like?
Heavy set, big all over. This way and this way. Beaten with the weather. Not too much hair, but down to his knuckles with tattoos.
Something tells me I've seen those knuckles clutching a knife. Think your minions can find him again?
It is important to do so, senor?
Yeah, it's important, and I'll help. The captain was Norman's alibi. Let's see how much Norman will cover for the captain.
Who is it?
Slate Shannon, Mr. Norman, with a friend.
That's telling him.
Go away. Get out.
That's no way to talk, Mr. Norman.
I told you, get out.
Inside, Mr. Norman.
What do you want with me? You working with the police?
Mr. Norman. This is Slate's private project.
Well, I told them I didn't kill her. I didn't kill Margaret, and I don't know who did. A beating won't make me know either.
You don't understand, kid. That's not the project. All I want from you is an old shipmate of mine, Captain Carey.
Captain Carey? All I know about him is he owns the ketch I wanted my wife to buy for me. That's what we were talking about on the other side of Havana when Margaret was murdered.
And you wouldn't remember where that is?
No. Not even if you...
I know. Not even if I beat you. You're in for a disappointment, kid. I'm not going to beat you. Let's go, sailor.
I admire you, John boy. I do indeed.
Thanks. I killed my wife, rob her. I get admiration from a guy like you.
Oh, but a drop in the bucket, these gems, compared with all your wife's wealth, eh, my boy? The money you figured to get? Yes, scads and scads of it.
One thing, Captain. It's going to take a little while for Margaret's will to be probated, for her estate to be transferred to me.
I should get restless waiting, John boy. I have what I need, this jewelry.
What are you talking about?
An idea of something worthy, lad. I don't trust you, Johnny. A thief who kills a woman is never trusted, didn't you know? Hey, now look. Hey, now look, John says to me. And eventually the police will get onto you. And you'll be naming me. Won't you, boy?
No, Captain, no.
It has to happen, John. Oh! Sleep, lad, while it happens to you. Adrift in the Golden Swan. Dead. In time, you will explode.
Come on, sailor, on your feet.
Slate, we've already looked in every waterfront hole in Havana for Captain Carey. How far can you go on a crummy vendetta?
Till one of us drops, me or him.
Well, you take it alone this time, Slate. I'll stay here at the hotel to rest my weary jeans. I'll get it. Shannon's place, Sailor Duval.
Inspector LaSalle, senorita. We have found Capitan Carey.
Don't you lay a finger to him. He's Slate's. It's LaSalle. He's found your boy.
Here, give me that phone. Where? Where is he, LaSalle?
In my office. He laughs in my face and tells me how he does not know where is Senor Johnny Norman. He says...
Maybe he'll tell me, LaSalle. Just hold him there. Bye, sailor.
You kidding? I'm going with you.
LaSalle, all I need is 10 minutes alone with him. We fellows of the sea have a language all our own.
And in this language you will bring me the whereabouts of Johnny Norman?
That, too.
I have just put a new grass rug on the floor in that room where he is. Be nice to him.
Maybe I can get him to wear it for a skirt.
Well, if it isn't the sailor boy, Slate Shannon. You come to help an old shipmate in distress?
Yeah. It helps, doesn't it, Carey?
Hey, it clears the head. You're the man to my liking, Shannon. None of that lily-fingered la-di-da.
That shiv, where'd you point it, Carey?
Here? No, a little higher, nearer the heart.
You're sharper with the knife, shipmate. You unconscious, Carey? If you are, I'll hate myself in the morning.
Hey, what makes your blood boil so, lad? What is it your brain's drooling for?
I already got what I want. But I'm running an errand for a policeman. They want Norman. They want a murderer.
All right, they can have him. I'm weary of the lad.
Where?
On the Golden Swan, 2 miles off Verdugo Key. Is there anything else your seaman's heart needs?
Now that you mention it. So I'll hate myself in the morning.
Now you really ought to check with your psychiatrist, Inspector LaSalle. You're walking on the deck of a ghost ship. Do you believe it?
See, I believe it.
Okay, Captain. Where's the cargo? What'd you do with Johnny Norman?
He's living the good life, lad, in my cabin. Here. When I left, the boy was learning a sad sea chanty and singing it for his poor dead widow. Hey, it's in here. John, boy. John, what are you doing lying on the floor, boy?
Senor Norman is dead. From a large caliber bullet.
Is that what you do when you get tired of a buddy, Captain? Give him large caliber bullets?
I tell you, Slate boy, I don't know what happened to him. I'm as surprised as anyone here.
I'm not surprised.
The thing's mysterious aboard my ship. Take the dead boy and let's leave it.
Yeah, what's your hurry, Captain?
Well, it's my ship. I said get off it.
You know, Slate, the captain didn't want to come out to the ship in the first place. I wonder why.
Yeah, a fellow might think the ship was going to blow up in his face.
What are you saying, Shannon?
Our captain, boy's got a history. Rumor has it he time-bombed 2 ships. One in Macau, one in Montevideo.
That is an interesting...
Slate, watch him.
I've already got it, dear girl. My gun. Waiting for me in my desk drawer.
The same one with which you killed Senor Norman?
You'll never know. Don't be a fool, you know, but I will. Oh, Shannon, help me.
Yeah. Hold him, LaSalle.
You're a fool, policeman. Get off my arm.
He'll do that. Did he get you, LaSalle?
See, here in my shoulder. Finish it for me, Slate.
Now, don't stand there, sailor. Give LaSalle a hand.
Here, put your armor on me.
Gracias.
Sit down here.
On your feet, Captain. Come on your feet.
We've got to get off the boat, lad.
Yeah? How much time do we have, Carey?
I don't know. Not much. None, maybe. I think we should get off the boat, lad.
Now, just take it easy. I want to give LaSalle your confession. Who killed Mrs. Norman?
John Boy did it. I swear it.
Did you help him?
We'd better get off the boat.
John wanted his wife to buy him this boat. He was going to show it to her, wasn't he? Then somehow he'd leave her alone on it, and it'd go off. Is that why we saw the Golden Swan floating around, Captain?
I'm warning you, lad. Off the boat.
Where's the time bomb hidden?
It's going to go off soon.
Who killed Johnny?
I'll tell you ashore, lad.
I want a confession. Sailor's my witness.
Hi. LaSalle's fainted, Slate.
Got a cigarette, sailor?
Sure. I'll light it for you. Here.
Thanks.
Slate, what's all this business about we're going to get blown up?
That's a trick the captain has.
Listen. The bomb's in the hold. An alarm clock wired to dynamite, strung to the seal, and a little after the engine.
Well, that's a nice place.
Very.
Get it for the love of Mike.
Oh, there's lots of time.
No, lad, there isn't. There's 10 sticks of dynamite.
Who killed Johnny?
Get the bomb.
Who killed him?
I did.
Let's go, Captain. Get the bomb.
We'll be too late. It'll blow up.
Make him hurry, Slate.
Come on.
There it is.
Get it.
Yeah.
Tear out the wires, Captain.
Yes. It's done.
Yeah, me too.
Sailor.
Uh-huh.
If I ever get brave like that again, wire me the 10 sticks of dynamite and set me off for 10 o'clock.
Slate,
Yeah?
I just got a call from the hospital. LaSalle's going to be all right.
Oh, that's fine. Sailor, take a walk on the beach?
Not tonight.
Oh, this is a new sailor. What makes tonight different?
Who needs walking on the beach?
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Where you going?
I got a standing date with a hat check girl at the El Nido. We walk together between hats.
That's nice. Bye. Well, aren't you going?
Come here. You just want to be begged, don't you? Bye, sailor.
Slate! Slate, come back here. Check your hat, mister. Check your hat. Oh, Slate. You weren't going to leave me, were you?
Check this beret, sailor. Your floor show's great.
And so our two stars, Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall, have brought to a close our latest bold venture story. Special music was composed and conducted by David Rose. May we invite you to listen again next week at this time for another exciting adventure starring Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall together in Bold Venture.
Esther presents the Screen Guild Players. The Screen Guild play tonight, Casablanca. The starring players.
This is Humphrey Bogart.
This is Ingrid Bergman.
And this is Paul Henry.
Lady Esther presents the Screen Guild Players in Warner Brothers' exciting story of romance and intrigue in wartime Africa, Casablanca, with the original stars of the picture, Paul Henry as Victor Laszlo, Ingrid Bergman as Ilsa Lund, and Humphrey Bogart as Rick Blaine. Barely escaping the conquering Germans' entrance into Paris, Rick Blaine fled to Casablanca. There, months before the American troops landed, he was operating Rick's American Cafe. Casablanca swarmed with refugees, and Casablanca's more permanent foreign residents did a land office business in exit visas and letters of transit. Rick, however, avoided involvement in that dangerous business until the night our story began. He was in his office above the cafe, where he could watch and hear the crowd below when his head waiter called to him.
Yes, Carl?
The prefect of police, Captain Reynolds, would like to speak to you.
Well, send him in.
Yes, sir. All right, let's see you, Captain Reynolds.
Thank you, Carl. Hello, Rick.
Hello, Louis. Why the formality?
Well, I have some unpleasant news for you, Ricky.
I mean, you're looking for more graft.
Oh, no. At least not right now. My men arrested Ugarte on his way to your roulette wheel, Ricky.
Well, except to Ugarte, what's so unpleasant about that?
Well, in itself, nothing, but we arrested Ugarte for murdering 2 German couriers and stealing their letters of transit. Ugarte did not have those letters of transit when he was arrested, and he's seen no one but you, Ricky, since the murder.
What are you building up to, Louis? Arresting me?
No, not immediately at any rate. I just want to give you a word of advice. Ugarte was going to sell those letters tonight to Victor Laszlo.
Laszlo? Here in Casablanca?
Yeah. Well, you know, Ricky, this is the first time I've ever seen you so impressed.
As head of the underground movement, Laszlo's impressed half the world.
Yes, it's my duty to see that he does not impress the other half. Rick, Laszlo does never reach America. He stays in Casablanca.
20,000 francs says he doesn't.
I'll make it 10,000. After all, I'm only a poor, corrupt official.
All right, it's a bet.
Well, no one else would dare supply Laszlo with exit visas, Ricky, and since he can't leave Casablanca without them, make certain that you don't give him those letters of transit.
Right.
Oh, you needn't deny it, Rick. I'm certain you have the letters.
Even if I had those letters, Louis, you know I stick my neck out for nobody.
Yes, to date. But I suspect, Ricky, under that cynical shell, you're a sentimentalist. Now, if you'll come downstairs with me, I'll introduce you to Major Strasser and Victor Laszlo and his charming companion, the most beautiful woman who has ever come to Casablanca.
A kiss is still a kiss. A sigh is just a sigh. The fundamental things apply as time goes by.
Sam!
Yes, boss?
I thought I told you never to play that song again.
Well, boss, you see, I didn't really...
Sam's not to blame, Rick. I asked him to play it.
You? Hilda?
Yes, Rick. Hilda.
What are you doing in Casablanca?
Just traveling through with Victor Laszlo.
Where is he?
He'll be right back. He's looking for someone.
Well, I found your wandering escort, Mademoiselle Lund. Ricky, I have the honor of introducing...
We're old acquaintances, Captain Renaud.
Oh, you know each other? Oh. Well, then, Ricky, do you also know...
This is Mr. Victor Laszlo.
Well, here's a great deal about Rick in Casablanca.
And about Victor Laszlo everywhere. I congratulate you.
What for?
Oh, your work.
Thank you. I try.
We all try. You succeed.
I can't get over you and Mademoiselle Lund knowing each other, Ricky. Under the circumstances, it worries me.
Well, it needn't.
Let's see, Rick. The last time we met...
Was it La Belle Aurora?
Oh, nice, you remembered. But, of course, that was the day the Germans marched into Paris.
I remember every detail. The Germans wore gray. You wore blue.
I don't wish to be the one to say, dear sir, but it's late. We'll come again, Monsieur Blaine.
Anytime.
Will you say goodnight to Sam for me, Rick?
I will.
There's still nobody in the world who can play as time goes by like Sam.
I'll tell him. That's what she said, Sam. Nobody can play as time goes by like you.
Aren't you going to stop drinking and go to bed, boss?
No. Play as time goes by, Sam.
Oh, I don't think I can remember it, boss.
If she can stand it, I can. Play it. I got a date with a memory in Paris.
You must remember this. A kiss is still a kiss. A sigh is just a sigh. The fundamental things apply as time.
Now I really know the meaning of happiness, Richard. It's being here in Paris with you.
And the German army 50 miles away. Who are you really, Ilse? What were you before you came to Paris?
At the beginning, we said no questions, Richard.
You know, I can't help wondering why I should be so lucky. Why I should find you waiting for me to come along.
Why there is no other man in my life? Well, that's easy. There was. He's dead.
I'm sorry. I know we said no questions. I'll never ask another.
Richard, you must leave Paris before the Germans arrive. You're on their blacklist.
Now, their roll of honor.
Oh, don't joke, Richard. You must leave.
Oh, no. We must leave.
Yes, of course.
Oh, now, the train for Marseille leaves at 5. Hey, why don't we get married in Marseille?
No. Oh, that's too far ahead to plan.
Hilda, what's the matter?
Nothing, darling. Nothing. It's just that I love you so much. Oh, it's a crazy world. Anything can happen. If you shouldn't get away, if something should keep us apart, wherever you are, wherever I'll be, I want you to know. Richard. Kiss me as if it were the last time.
A kiss is still a kiss. A sigh is just a sigh.
the fundamental things apply.
Boss, wake up. Boss, you gotta wake up. That lady's here. And this ain't no memory in Paris. She's right here.
You're as drunk as I am, Sam.
No. No, he's not, Rick. I'm here. I left Victor at the hotel and came back. I have to talk to you.
Funny about your voice, how it hasn't changed. I can still hear it. Richard, dear, I'll go with you any place. We'll get on a train together. We'll never stop.
No, please. I can understand how you feel.
You understand how I feel. How long was it we had?
I didn't count the days.
Well, I did. Every one of them. Mostly I remember the last one. You and I were going to run away from Paris together.
Oh.
But you didn't meet me at the station, did you?
Please, Rick.
That was a wild finish, me standing on the platform. The last train about to pull out. But you didn't show up, and Sam had to push me on the train.
The Rick I loved in Paris would let me explain, but this Rick, looking at me with hatred. I'll be leaving Casablanca soon. We'll never see each other again.
You'll see me before you go.
No, Rick.
Oh, yes, you will. Some night you'll lie to Laszlo and come to me.
No. No, you see, Victor Laszlo is my husband. And was, even when I knew you in Paris.
Well, Laszlo, I wondered when you'd come to see me.
Captain Reno and Major Strasser kept me busy for the past 24 hours.
Well, there's no use fencing around. You've come about those letters of transit, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
You and Strasser and Reno. Seems to be the general impression in Casablanca that I have those letters.
Suppose we assume that you have them.
All right, go ahead.
You must know it's very important I get out of Casablanca.
Why you? More than any of the others stuck here?
It's my privilege to be one of the leaders of a great movement. You know what I've been doing. You know what it means to the work, to the lives of thousands and thousands of people, that I reach America. And
don't you ever wonder if what you're fighting for is worth all this?
We might as well question why we breathe. If we stop breathing, we die. If we stop fighting today's enemies, the world will die.
What of it? It'll be out of its misery.
You know, Monsieur Blaine, you sound like a man trying to convince himself of something he doesn't believe in his heart. That wasn't always your attitude. You ran guns to Ethiopia. You fought against the fascists in Spain.
I was well paid on both occasions.
The winning side would have paid you better. Isn't it strange that you always happen to be fighting on the side of the underdog?
Well, let's say that I'm a poor businessman.
Are you businessman enough to appreciate an offer of 100,000 francs for those letters?
Oh, I appreciate it. But if you offered me 1,000,000 francs, I wouldn't accept it.
Very well, then. You have the letters of transit. You won't give them to me. But I want Ilsa to be safe. Monsieur Blaine, I ask you as a favor to use the letters to take her away from Casablanca.
You love her that much?
Yes, I love her that much.
Oh, sorry, but it's no deal.
But why?
I suggest that you ask your wife.
My wife?
Yes. Who's singing that song?
Probably Strasser and his Gestapo agents. They followed me here.
Now, don't start anything. I don't want any trouble in here that'll force Reno to close my joint.
You have no objections to your band accompanying me while I sing, do you?
No, go ahead. I'm neutral. If one customer can sing, they can all sing.
They all will sing. Are you ready?
Yeah, we're ready, Mr. Laszlo.
Then play it.
Act One of Casablanca, starring Ingrid Bergman, Humphrey Bogart, and Paul Henreid. In just a moment, we will hear Act Two. But first, here's a word from our hostess, Lady Esther.
Don't you just love this time of the year when everything seems to be taking on new life, new beauty? You know your skin is changing too these days. From the winter-weary dryness of February and March to the lovely spring-like freshness of April. And what a pity it is for anyone to hide that fresh, young look of the skin, that lively, awakening April look of the skin, with a mask-like face powder. Does the powder you use accent the fresh, delicate tones April brings to your skin? Or does it hide them, cruelly cover them up, make your skin look a little pasty and drab? Now, if you want to keep that springtime look to your skin, if you want your skin to look fresh as a daisy all day long, and young and lovely as all awakening nature around you, try Lady Esther face powder. I know your heart will miss a beat when you look in your mirror. Well, Lady Esther face powder brings out all the subtle, delicate charm that nature gives your skin this time of the year. Women say it's by far the most flattering face powder they've ever used. You see, Lady Esther face powder isn't just mixed in the usual way. It's blown by hurricanes. Color and powder particles whirl together with the force and speed of hurricanes. The result is a powder so smooth and fine in texture, it hides little lines and blemishes. So rich and exciting in shade, it adds instant life and beauty to your appearance. So, if you want to see the miracle of springtime take place right on your own skin, before your own mirror, treat yourself to Lady Esther face powder.
And now the curtain rises on the second act of Casablanca, starring Humphrey Bogart as Rick Blaine, Ingrid Bergman as Ilsa Lund, and Paul Henreid as Victor Laszlo. Angered by the manner in which the patrons of Rick's Cafe joined Victor Laszlo in singing the Marseillaise, Major Strasser forced Captain Renault to close Rick's place and ordered Victor Laszlo and Ilsa Lund to remain in their hotel.
Victor, I'm frightened. Please don't go to the underground meeting tonight.
To tell you the truth, my dear, I'm frightened too. So shall I hide here in our hotel room, or shall I carry on the best I can?
Whatever I would say, you would carry on.
Since our friend Rick has refused to part with those letters of transit, what else am I to do?
Did Rick give you any reason?
He suggested I ask you.
Ask me?
Yes. Ilsa, when I was in the concentration camp, were you lonely in Paris?
Yes, Victor, I was.
I know how it is to be lonely. I love you very much, my dear.
Yes. Yes, I know. Victor, whatever I do, will you believe that...
You don't even have to say it. I'll believe. I must get to the underground meeting now. Good night, my dear.
Good night. Hello, Rick.
Well, I told you you'd be around to see me, but this is a little ahead of schedule.
Richard, I had to see you.
Oh, so I'm Richard again. We're back in Paris.
Please.
Your unexpected visit isn't connected by any chance with the letters of transit, is it?
Richard, you can ask any price, but you must give me those letters.
I went all through that with your husband. There's no deal.
Richard, we loved each other once. If those days meant anything at all to
I wouldn't bring up Paris if I were you. It's poor salesmanship.
Please listen to me. If you knew what really happened...
I wouldn't believe you no matter what you told me. You'll say anything now to get what you want.
Richard, don't you understand? You are our last hope. If you don't help us, Victor Laszlo will die in Casablanca.
What of it? I'm going to die in Casablanca. It's just a spot for it. Now, if you... Well, I see you come prepared for anything. Give me that gun.
No. I tried to reason with you. I tried everything. Now, if you don't give me those letters, I'll shoot.
Go ahead.
Get me those letters.
No, they're right here in my pocket. I don't have to. If you want them, you'll have to kill me to get them. If the underground means so much, you won't stop at anything. And if you don't shoot fast, I'm going to take that gun away from you. Now, give it to me.
Oh, Richard. I tried to stay away. I thought I would never see you again, that you were out of my life. If you knew what I went through the day you left Paris, how much I loved you, how much I still love you. We had been married only 3 weeks when Victor got word that they needed him in Prague. He was captured almost immediately in Central concentration camp. Then came word he was dead. I was lonely before, but then I had nothing left, not even hope, until I met you.
But why didn't you tell me all this in Paris?
Victor made me promise to keep our marriage a secret. He was afraid that if the Gestapo found out I was his wife, it would be dangerous for me and for those working with us. I kept my promise.
And then you got word he'd escaped?
Yes, a friend called, telling me that he was ill and hiding in a freight car near Paris. I didn't tell you because you wouldn't have left Paris and they would have caught you. Well, you know the rest.
It's still a story without an ending. What about now?
Well, I'll never have the strength to go away from you again.
And Laszlo?
Well, you'll help him now, won't you, Richard?
Yes.
He'll have his work, all the things he's been living
All
for.
except you.
I can't fight it anymore. I don't know what's right any longer. You'll have to think for both of us, Richard. For all of us.
I've already made up our minds, and I think I can arrange everything with Renault. Here's the setup, Louis. I'm selling out my place and leaving Casablanca on tonight's plane, the last plane.
What?
And I'm taking Ilse Lund with me. Ilse's Victor Laszlo's wife. Louis, I'll make a deal with you.
What is it?
I want to be sure that Laszlo doesn't escape this time. Now, if you could get him on a real criminal charge, would that be a feather in your cap?
It most certainly would. Germany, she would be grateful.
Then be at my place a half hour before the plane leaves. I'll arrange for Laszlo to be there, thinking I'll sell him the letters of transit. When I hand them to him, that'll give you the criminal grounds for making the arrest.
Ricky, I'll miss you. Apparently, the only one in Casablanca that has even less scruples than I.
Thanks. Oh, and by the way, Louis, come for Laszlo alone. See, I'm taking no chances on a double cross, even from you.
Double cross? Why, Ricky?
Oh, you might get ideas about slapping me in the jug for selling those letters, you know. Well, don't forget, a half hour before plane time, alone.
Don't worry, Ricky. This is an honor I'll share with no one.
Monsieur Blaine, I don't know how to thank you.
There's no time for that. You won't have any trouble in Lisbon, will you?
No, that's all arranged.
Good. Well, here are the letters.
Monsieur Blaine,
Mr. Laszlo, you're under arrest on the charge of accessory to the murder of the couriers from whom those letters were stolen.
Now, just a minute. Nobody's going to be arrested, Louis. Not for a while yet.
What? Rick, put that gun down. Have you lost your mind?
Stay where you are, Louis. I wouldn't like to shoot you. But I will if you take one more step toward me. Keep your hands away from your pistol.
Well, I suppose you know what you're doing, but I wonder if you realize what this means, Rick.
Perfectly. In fact, Captain Renault, we'll take you along as our hostage, so there won't be any trouble at the airport. There's only 10 minutes till the plane leaves. We have to hurry.
I'll go get the luggage aboard. Coming, Ilsa?
No. So I'll wait here with Rick and the captain.
I'll be right back.
Well, those letters of transit are in blank, Louis. You fill in the names. That'll make it even more official.
Oh, you think of everything, Ricky.
The names to fill in are Mr. and Mrs. Victor Laszlo.
Mister? But why my name, Richard?
Because you're getting on that plane.
But what about you?
I'm staying here to keep Captain Renault company till the plane leaves.
No, Rich. What has happened to you last night?
Last night we said a great many things. Did you mean everything you said?
You know I did.
You said I'd have to do the thinking for all of us. Well, my thinking adds up to you getting on that plane with Victor.
No, but Rich...
I know what you're going to say, that you belong here with me.
Yes.
But if you stayed here, we'd both land in a concentration camp. Isn't that right, Louis?
I'm afraid that Major Strasser would insist.
You're only saying this to make me go.
I'm no good at being noble, Ilsa. I'm saying it because it's right.
What about us?
We'll always have Paris. If we didn't have it, we lost it. Till you came to Casablanca. We got it back last night.
When I said that I would never leave you.
Everything is in order. Are you ready, Ilsa?
Laszlo, there's something I'd like you to know before you leave.
I know, Monsieur Rick. Ilsa has told me all I need to know about you and herself. I don't ask you to explain anything.
Well, I'm going to anyway. Might make a difference to you later. Last night, Ilsa tried everything to get those letters. When nothing else worked, she did her best to pretend that she was still in love with me. That was all over long ago. For your sake, she tried to pretend it wasn't. And I tried to let her pretend. We couldn't even fool ourselves.
Rich.
Monsieur Blaine, welcome back in the fight. This time our side will win. Shall we board a plane, Ilsa?
Yes, Victor, I'm ready. God bless you, Richard.
Goodbye.
Well, I suppose you know this isn't going to be pleasant for either of us, Ricky. I have to arrest you, of course.
When the plane leaves, Louis.
Sooner, I'm afraid, Ricky. Here comes Major Strasser.
You better keep quiet, Louis. I'd hate to have to shoot you now.
Why did you ask me to come to the airport, Captain?
Well, I was afraid Victor Laszlo might be leaving on this plane, sir.
Sort of a double cross, eh, Louis?
Of all the ridiculous ideas, Captain.
Possibly. Nevertheless, he's on the plane.
Well, why do you stand there? Why don't you stop him?
Ask Monsieur Rick.
Stay where you are, Strasser.
Herr Blaine, I would advise you not to interfere with an officer of the Third Reich.
I'm a true neutral, Strasser. I was willing to shoot Captain Renault, and I'm willing to shoot you.
But you'll shoot too late.
Oh. Nice shooting, Ricky. But I'm afraid my gendarmes heard those shots. Well, till after this affair dies down, Ricky, I think you'd better disappear from Casablanca. I can arrange your transportation to a fighting French garrison in Brazzaville.
All right, Louis. I could use a trip, but don't forget, you still owe me 10,000 francs for our bet on Laszlo's escape.
Oh, well, we'll need that to get to Brazzaville.
We'll need it?
Certainly. I can be as silly a sentimentalist as you.
You know, Louis, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Thanks to Warner Brothers for Casablanca. And our sincere appreciation to Ingrid Bergman, Paul Henreid, and Humphrey Bogart for appearing with the Lady Esther Screen Guild players tonight.
It was our pleasure, Mr. Bradley. We know how these programs benefit the Motion Picture Relief Fund. And we know, too, how important the relief fund is to our profession. We're happy to give our services. Now, before you hear about the next week's program, please listen to a word from one of our best-known beauty authorities, Lady Esther.
Thank you, Miss Bergman. When you hear a woman say in delight, why, that's sheer flattery, you can be sure she's received a compliment that delights her very soul. Now, it's not only sheer flattery when a person pays you a wonderful compliment, but it's flattery, too, when a new hat makes you look smarter and more intriguing, or when a face powder makes you seem a lot younger, a lot more interesting and attractive. You know, surveys show that women have found Lady Esther face powder to be the utmost in sheer flattery for their skin. Many of them say they prefer Lady Esther face powder because of the delicate smoothness of its texture. Others speak of the warmth and liveliness of the Lady Esther shades. But the smoothness of texture and the beauty of shades are both the result of one thing, the Lady Esther Twin Hurricane method. By this method, the color and powder particles are blown together with the fury and speed of hurricanes into a finer, smoother blend than ever was known before. A powder of such delicate texture it clings to your skin like soft mist. A powder so truly blended that the shade looks clear, fresh, and alive on your skin. Try Lady Esther face powder, and when you look in your mirror, I know you'll exclaim with delight, "Why, this is sheer flattery."
Next week, the Lady Esther Screen Guild Players will present that great farce comedy, Nothing But the Truth, starring lovely Lucille Ball and that great protector of the truth, the man who never tells lies, Frank Morgan. Humphrey Bogart will soon be seen in Warner Brothers' production, Action in the North Atlantic. Ingrid Bergman, Humphrey Bogart, and Paul Henreid can currently be seen in the Warner Brothers picture, Casablanca. We wish to thank the 200 members of the Fighting French in our audience tonight who sang the Marseillaise. Music on tonight's program was arranged and conducted by Wilbur Hatch. The Screen Guild Players are presented every Monday night at this time by Lady Esther. To save materials, buy the larger size of Lady Esther face cream. This is Truman Bradley speaking for Lady Esther, saying thank you and good night. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.